Alrighty, boys and girls, today, Monday, finally, and after we've seen this huge FOD, these huge JITs leaving the markets on the weekend after this fake war news and everything like that, this whole theater happening over the weekend, causing those JITs and spaghetti hands to sell their Bitcoin for some reason, which is funny, right? Like, what should be going in your mind to be like waiting for something like that to happen to market sell all your Bitcoin, and then we're seeing it recovering today. So meme coins as well got hit hard, which we're going to talk about here in today's video. We're going to be looking at these meme coins. We're accumulating right now, as I do think the bull market is still ongoing. We're not over yet, even though today, I'm not gonna lie, we got these rejections. So this is kind of like a bearish rejection from that trend line that everyone have been looking at. So far Bitcoin is not out of the woods yet. Now this is locally, this is for people that are trading the ranges, but I do think now you see this wick here, which is basically this price 59k, let's say. I do think we could still see this taken out possibly, but this is like a gift in my opinion. I don't think now Bitcoin is gonna get to it, but if it gets there, this is a gift. If we look back in history, what we had is we've had a sustained higher low structure, right? We always had this until this part here. So we had it only once, and this is possibly playing out the same again. So this one here, what we can see is the price kept ranging. Then here we had the FOD, the Binance FOD and everything like that. Also Bitcoin ETF approval pump and dump. So it's playing out the same because within this thing here, within this range, we had two FOD going on. So we had the Binance, if you remember, Binance getting sued, $4 billion, CZ going to jail. Basically, you know, the crypto day-to-day stuff happening. People go to jail, people make money, people lose money, whatever. And then we get a smooth recovery ETF. So what's happening here today, guys, is we got this FOD here. So this is the CPI reports, bearish, you know, bearish news. We had the fake war, huge drop. We had also this uptrend, right? Uptrend, retest, drop, and then we made it up. So what we have here today, guys, is something similar. Now the question is, would we drop from here? Would we do this like bam, 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 and then back up? Or today we've got this, the Hong Kong ETF approved, but not started trading yet. But I've seen some analysts talking about it as not being as much of a big of a deal, as the banks involved in it don't have much liquidity, basically shrimps, as it seems. But it's kind of the same narrative. So we've had this FOD, market drops, then maybe we're gonna get like China ETF or some like BlackRock buying, and then we take out the high, and then we see this slow sell-off for no reason. The same thing we've seen playing out here. This FOD, it looks more like it's playing like it wants to sell off from here. So we might not be out of the woods yet. So people have their stop losses here, Bitcoin takes them out. Now a lot of people have stop losses again here, Bitcoin will take them out, and then we do this again. So this by far is the most possible this far. Now we can see Monday is still a rejection, not much is happening, but the overall trend. So if we go to the weekly and we zoom out and we remember where we are here today, we're still on an uptrend, right? So we went from 16k to 74k, massive uptrend, and we're still there because now, guys, we've got the inflation. So inflation means prices go up. Most people are saying it's going to happen by summer, and also I've been predicting that we're going to have a massive meme coin season this summer, and rate cuts are coming in summer. A lot of things are happening this summer, basically saying that we are going to have a massive meme coin season, altcoin season, whatever we're going to call it. So remember that, guys. Now what we got here this far, meme coins we're looking at. Now today we've got dog, we've had flipping again. Pepe was at some point again the third spot. This really reminds me of BONK early days. BONK came in, flipped Pepe, stayed there for a while, then Pepe flipped back, and then again BONK flipped back, and then Pepe again came back up. So one thing to remember, guys, is each chain is king. Whatever meme coin is on each chain is gonna always be the winner, always gonna be the strongest. The second is gonna be Solana, as far as we've seen now this far, but most of the time ETH. So Pepe is still gonna, in my opinion, is still a major coin to accumulate for the bull market, which we are still on, by the way. And book of memes, Solana, Dog we've had, Floki even. But now, if you aren't yet allocated to these coins, there are still better, lower market cap coins that I do think are going to survive because we've been through a lot now this far. So we've got Kokino, we've got Toshi, we've got Myro even now surviving. We've got Ladies already on major exchanges. We've got Arb, Doge, Snake, and Grok. So one thing I want to explain here, guys, I've seen a lot of misinformation still ongoing on YouTube and Twitter still. So first of all, we are still in a bull market because the psychology here is still that whenever we see drops, we see anxiety. This usually is not a top signal. When we have top signals, it's when people see a drop and think, oh my God, it's all right. It's just gonna come back up again, you know, because people starts to get used to Bitcoin recovering all the time. This is called complacency. And this usually happens after a lot of euphoria in markets and people getting super rich, ridiculously greedy, and forget about that Bitcoin can one day drop 20-40% in one candle. Now we don't have that. Now we have fake news and people start dropping their Bitcoin, not even their meme coins. They're dropping their Bitcoin. So this means a lot of anxiety still ongoing with the Bitcoin maxis still shitting their pants with every thought, which is bullish. So this comes with also some misinformation being spread around about meme coins. So recently we've seen Brett rallying on base and it got stuck at around $600 million in its market cap. So a lot of people now are finding out about Brett and a lot of people are going to be buying this top. And what most people don't understand is when you see everyone talking about some coin, you are probably late on that coin. And you see today coins like Kokino, Toshi, even on Coinbase, Myro, Ladies, Arbdoge, Snake, Grok. These are early plays, in my opinion. These are like, you are now early the same way when I was talking about Toshi at $8 million in its market cap. You are now early because not so many people are talking about those. In fact, the price doesn't do much on these coins. It shows like complete disregard from the people, which is very bullish because now what we get is everyone talking about the next hot thing like DGen layer 3 chain. And can you guess now, most of the people bought the top on this. Why? Because they all seen it in the same goddamn video with the 100k viewers thinking they are early on this, or like the same big Twitter channel talking about it and thinking they are early into this, and then they wonder why they're losing money. And then we're seeing the same thing with Brett now, even though it's gonna be bullish in the future. It's like maybe 1 year from now, if the prophecy ends up being we are gonna have 100 million people coming into the Coinbase chain. I was bullish on Coinbase chain, but now that I see everyone suddenly talking about it, now it's raising red flags. Now when I start to see top 5 meme coins on Coinbase, now I'm like, okay, maybe now we need a cool off actually. So funny enough now, guys, you remember this ERC404 hype, right? You remember this, or Deep Penis, or whatever ZK Sync geek stuff? You remember this shit? It's dead. It's dead. Nobody talking about ERC anymore. ERC404 is over. Why? Because everyone got into it. Everyone was thinking, oh, ERC404 is the future. And then everyone bought the top and now the DEX volume is dead. So remember, we were early on Toshi, on Coinbase chain, the same way today we're talking about Arbdoge. That's one day maybe the Arbitrum chain is gonna see some influx of people coming to trade meme coins on it. But now it feels like, unfortunately, guys, I'm still holding my Toshi. I still think I'm early. I'm gonna keep holding. But the point here is when everyone talking about something, usually it's about time, right? It's gonna cool off for a while. So that is why today, when I say Pepe is good because it's already on big exchanges. Floki, Dog we've had, BONK, these are like higher chances you're not gonna see something like this happening. They are gonna stay around. Pepe now is slowly cooling off. Like each time Pepe pumps, we see crowds coming back in, buying the top, and then it drops, and then they leave, and then it keeps ranging, and then we see again the next leg up. And this keeps playing on everything. Now today, since Book of Meme got listed on Binance, we're seeing it hitting our target to start to dollar cost average into it. Nobody's talking about it now. Now nobody wants it because now it's struggling, it's too low. I don't want it now. But I want something that is like DGen, Brett, or some cat in dog's world, or like some, I don't know, because everyone is talking about it. It's very important to understand why today I'm still accumulating something like Arbdoge, Snake, Grok, Ladies. Even Ladies now, you can see that as soon as people started talking about it, it dropped. It literally dropped. We got into it early. As soon as everyone started talking about it, it dropped, right? It's funny, but that's how the crypto thing works. I'm trying to show you guys how to survive we still are in a bull market, right? We're still in a bull market, but the longer we see Bitcoin suddenly doing these crashes and coming back up, suddenly doing crashes and coming back up, more things like ERC404 narratives are gonna die. They're not gonna stay around, and it's very crucial to know what to get into the dips when we get the dips. Those coins that haven't gotten yet their time, right? Last month we had everyone on Solana. Then this month we have everyone on Coinbase. The next month, where are people gonna go? Blast or AVAX or Tone Network now it's starting. So the point here, chasing narratives is really a tough business. Most importantly, guys, is buying cheap, right? Here, everyone wanted to buy Book of Meme. Everyone wanted to get some of that. But now here, everyone is on base chain now, right? So in my mind, I'm like, is this cheap now today? Can it get more buyers in the future? And I remember Pepe was at the same level back in the days here, and I was looking at it and I was like, okay, so it's already listed on Binance. It was around 400 million. It's exactly the same. It's the same playbook again on Book of Meme. Now Book of Meme is 400 million. It was exactly the same. It got listed on Binance. It dropped. Now this dropped 75. I think Pepe dropped 85 or more. Exactly the same playbook. Dropped here. Nobody looked at it anymore. And I was like, okay, so nobody's looking at it now, but now it's cheap. When can it get buyers in the future? Yeah, it's listed on Binance. It's listed on other big exchanges, and it got enough hype. Even at some point, there was a big FUD around Pepe and started selling off because of the team and whatnot. And then suddenly it started skyrocketing. The same playbook now is playing on Book of Meme. Like basically Book of Meme today is like getting on Pepe before the pump, before the 10x pump. Today, right? This is the mindset. Today, getting on Arb Doge or Snack, which is on Cardano, is like getting on Toshi or Brett before the pump. Even now today, we're seeing pops on ordinals coming back, making a comeback. Even though it started at the wrong time, now we're seeing Bitcoin kind of struggling. But I do think now, in the future, the Bitcoin narrative, Bitcoin ordinals and all that, this seems to be a strong narrative. And still early, because you can see now the attention is elsewhere. Now suddenly it's Coinbase, and now possibly now we're talking Tone. So we don't know what's gonna be the next one. It's gonna be the Bitcoin narrative now, AVAX, Arbitrum, Snack, Cardano. Even now there are many other blockchains. In this video, guys, I'm just showing you what I'm doing, right? So if I was today looking at meme coin and wanted to put some decent amount on some meme coin and not lose sleep over it getting rogged, that's what I'll be doing. That's why, guys, now if you are not today on Brett or something like that on Coinbase and you feel left behind, just know that your turn will come. Those things, they always happen. People leave. I remember like it was yesterday, this ERC404, and everyone was asking for ERC404. Are you getting onto ERC404? And I'm like, dude, I don't know about, I don't even understand what is ERC404. What did they do? What did they change the numbers now? And now it's like suddenly bullish. And that's what happened. Later on, there. So really, trading narratives is a risky business. And it's all about being early on them. Really early, trying to find them. If you see somebody talking about them, some big influencer talking about, you are late, basically. That's it. It means you're late. Find something else. We even got Vita Inu. Where is that? Yeah, Vita Inu is possibly the next Floki, right? I called Floki back at the end of 2022 when nobody was looking at it. Where is Vita Inu now? Same style, same everything, listed on Bybit. They all started with the same kind of playbook. Get listed on Bybit. They get pushed by these big VCs behind Bybit and everything. They launch their own chain now. They start doing some kind of utility behind the scenes. And suddenly you see them running for no reason. Oops, nobody talked about this one. And like the same thing happened to Floki. Tell me one YouTube or Twitter page that talked about Floki, and then suddenly Floki is a top meme coin. That's catching the hype before it happens, basically. And today we've got Vita Inu at $16 million in its market cap. Undervalued, cheap, and unfortunately people are gonna go buy the tops on something else. Cat in dog's world or some slurf. Anyways, those are still the meme coins I'm still looking at. If you want a more in-depth video, you can watch this video here. Thank you so much for watching today's video. And remember, nothing is financial advice, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.